guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be diving in to some more awesome seed planting and building and other cool things like the Twilight Forest. So I hope you guys are ready. So we are back in more Seaopolis. Yes, we are back in this world, and some things have changed. There was a live stream, so I did live stream over at Twitch. That's where I usually live stream. And, well, we had some fun. We had some fun today building, changing things, and also, CCI shenanigans, fun with CCI. There may be some larger, folks over here. Like gift subs, like they, the people who drop some gift subs, bam, they get a maxi me. And then we have these mini me's. This is a mod, by the way, that was of course added in along with CCI. And these are some of the subs. I built a conveyor belt for the subs to spin around in. And yeah, if you see your name, of course, let me know down in the comments. There's a lot of you guys in here. These are Twitch subscribers, by the way. Just kind of a fun thing that I like to do whenever we hang out over on Twitch. But some things, let's go over some things that I have done and also talk about some things that we are going to do. So I went ahead and made the upgrades for every plant gatherer and plant sower. So these now have max upgrades in them, and that just makes it a lot faster. Now, we did run into a problem and realize that the plant gatherer, when it's completely filled on its inventory, it starts deleting seeds. It starts deleting everything else. It will harvest, but it deletes it. So that's kind of a problem. So the thing that I did was I just went ahead and added speed upgrades to these to be able to solve that problem. The speed upgrades are in here. That way it can pull the seed out fast enough even when this thing is running at max speed, which we are going to hopefully set up today. That's going to be kind of fun. And then I also went ahead and finished out the tier 5 seeds. We went ahead and made these. These are actually really simple to make. They're not expensive at all. They just require some premium. So we ended up getting all those seeds made. I believe those seeds are setting over here somewhere, and they do duplicate. And we actually figured this out on stream. The inferium, basically the farmland down here, this inferium farmland, you can of course upgrade this in tiers, but the only thing it does is increases the drop rate on the actual essence itself. It doesn't increase the drop chance of a seed. It does, however, increase the drop chance to about almost 3 essence per crop, or at least a chance. But however, if you do want seeds to drop, this will give you a 10% chance on all farmland types. So make sure to change it to farmland. That way you get that extra 10% drop chance to get a seed, because you definitely want to fill in at least 9 of these and duplicate instead of making 9 seeds. So that's a little tip there. Yeah, over here, let's see. I think it was the one that's got the crops over here. We went ahead and filled this one out. It was actually just enough to get 9 of these. There's still a lot more seeds we need to do. And we're probably going to need even more crops. Even though we have 8 crops here that are 9 by 9, we're still going to need some more to make this a lot better. Now, here's the upgrade process that I want to get into today. That is basically putting ender chests up here and getting bone meal sent into an ender chest quickly, and then have this filled with bone meal, and also have a farm running in here that is generating bones for our farm. That seems like probably the best thing to do for this situation, and we'll get this thing going quickly. That's why we added the upgrades in here, to make sure this can keep up with everything that's going on, and it should for the most part. Now let's talk about the build. I went ahead and switched everything over to basalt, and I think the basalt looks a lot better. It's a definitely more industrial feeling, and makes the white tooth that I said I wanted to use pop off nicely. And we also added a platform and made it actually look more like an oil rig. I think this spinning disc kind of makes it look like a drill, even though it's not. I gotta, I have to work with what I got. So we still have our mob spawner in there. We have, of course, this, which is probably never going to move. And then I added a chain. I'm still not sure about the chain here. But the platform, I'm in love with. I love this platform, even though I'm missing some chain here. But yeah, you can see how we put this together today. And we did this all on stream, so be sure to check it out. It's twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. I do live stream Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, starting around noontime Central Standard Time, or Central Daylight Savings Time, depending on what time of year it is. And yeah, so we went ahead and got this. I got the chain, and then up here are some warning lights to let airplanes know, because there are airplanes in this pack. To let them know that, hey, there is a tall structure up there that you could potentially plow into. So yeah, other than that, I mean, that's basically what we worked on. And kind of touched on a few things. We debugged some issues. Like I said, the seed issue in here was one of the major ones, but we got that all figured out. And now we're ready to upgrade this bad boy. And I do have a chest over here that I want to use this on. Let's see, where's my chest? It's over here. So I have a chest that is pretty much set up and ready to go for today's video. And this is going to allow us to take some pipe upgrades, and I need a wrench. And we are going to set some ender chests. I'm going to use these light gray ender chests. I'm pretty sure nothing is in them. Yeah, nothing goes to these. And these, I think anyways, I should probably check over here just to make sure we don't have any ender chests that are light gray. That one's a dark gray and white. Okay, so we're good. We're golden. These are going to be receiving a bunch of bone meal, and that's going to help make this go a lot faster. And I'm hoping that we can keep up with the bone meal production. That's the goal. And I plan on starting off with the basic pipe upgrades, and we'll go from there. If that can't keep up, then of course, like I said, we'll try and upgrade to all diamond eventually. By the way, these guys can be moved with mob imprisonment tool. So like if they get in the way, I can just move them into the water. They kind of fit more in the water over here anyways. Man, it's so cool to have like textures like this, like your actual player skin show up as a mob in game. That's so cool. I love this mod. This is a miniatures mod, by the way. So we'll have all these set up, and then of course we're gonna have an exporter exporting bone meal and auto crafting it if it does need auto crafted to the system. And then we're also gonna be messing with some more Twilight Forest today. So we're definitely gonna dive into Twilight Forest, but this is something that I wanted to get done first before we get back into that. Okay, so with all of this done, we need to definitely set this up. Now, one thing is keeping up with this. We have 8 crops that's going to be running off of this. So I hope that this can be fast enough. We can at least send bone meal to it fast enough. And with some stack upgrades and speed upgrades, I'm hoping that's possible. And I don't know if the advanced exporters and stuff will help with that process, but I've kind of got my fingers crossed in hopes that it does. So I now have the ability to set up our chests. I have my beautiful advanced exporter, and I'm going to slap that there. And we need to specify, of course, what we want to go in here, and that's going to be just bone. And we're going to be kind of limited on our slots. I need a crafting upgrade, so I can go ahead and make one of those. But yeah, we need a crafting upgrade because we need to be able to say, hey, take bone and make bone meal, right? So let's go ahead and get the pattern for that. Bone equals bone meal. Pretty straightforward. And we can throw that in there. And this should be able to craft incredibly fast. Now, this needs to be told, hey, craft this and bone meal. We can go ahead and craft that and set that in here and say, hey, fill this up. It's going to go incredibly slow. And you see it's not going to be able to keep up. So we can throw a stack upgrade and then throw the 2 upgrades in there. And that should hopefully be fast enough to feed this, I hope. It seems like it is going in. And it is filling up, which is good. That's good news. Now, the one thing to check is this. How is our farms looking? So basically what this does is this almost insta-grows the crops. As long as it has bone meal in there, when it runs a pass, almost every pass, it basically 1 or 2 steps up the crop, which is incredibly quick and basically ups our speed by a lot. And then I also want to take these upgrades here and make sure that they are on pedestal upgrade 5 on the speed. And then eventually I want to make sure all of them are set to area 3 and make sure they're speed 5. That is like the best setting for this, since we are using 9x9 crops. And so that will help with the speed. But as you can see, with the bone going in there, it is able to keep up, at least with this upgrade that's inside. And it definitely is speeding it up. The only way to make this go faster would probably be to add more exporters with crafting upgrades and also upgrade the basic pipe upgrade to maybe gold or diamond. And that would, of course, step up the speed significantly, which would basically fill these with a stack, and it would go as fast as this pedestal can actually place the bone meal. But this is fast. As you can see, it's almost not able to keep up with planting the seeds. So, I mean, it's not able to keep up with planting the seeds. You can definitely see that the planting the seeds part is the longest part. And now, is that because, yeah, I was wondering if I'm going to need upgrades on the bottom. That might be something that eventually I'll need, is to put upgrades on the exporters, the speed upgrades. But as of right now, it looks like it's keeping up, but it is going to take some time. Now, one other thing I was looking at was seed reprocessors. I don't really think we're going to need seed reprocessors as of right now, but that is something we'll definitely look into potentially in the future if need be. I just don't think we're producing enough seeds to have to really worry about it, at least on the base seeds. Now, Inferium and stuff, different story. Yeah, you can definitely tell we're running low on the Inferium here, and that's because, yeah, we're running low on this. So this definitely needs those speed upgrades in order to keep up. Notice now it's able to keep up with our Inferium. Wow, that is so fast. I mean, it can go faster. We could also add more pedestals around these crops. We could even stack pedestals under or above and put area upgrades. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, you can make a crop that goes incredibly fast. I just don't think that the gatherer and sower can keep up if I do that. So after having all that fun in the overworld, we are now going to hop back into the Twilight Forest, and we have some more things to sort of complete. Now, we have not stumbled into the Dark Forest, which is actually this way, and I believe it's the next on our quest line. I should probably check this quest line because that's the one that's important to complete. This one says, kill the Snow Queen. It says optional. It says the tower is very high. You're going to need to have protection from toxic air. Okay, and the dragon scale. So yeah, that's talking about that. We can actually complete that. And work our way to the Snow Queen. That was something that we haven't done. And then we're going to work our way to the Dark Forest. It does say it's optional, but I mean, honestly, you want to kill all the bosses. That's the whole point of the Twilight Forest, is to kill all the bosses. So we need to make our way to that snowy area. And I believe you can get yourself a really nice bow from farming this queen. I don't know if I can pick this queen up with a mob imprisonment tool. I kind of want to see if that's possible, and if spawning this guy in, or gal in, this queen in, is actually possible. If so, we can farm for a very particular type of bow, and see if we get it, because I think there's a chance. I don't think it's guaranteed to get the bow. Getting in here, however, is super easy. If you have flight, even if you don't have flight, honestly, you can ladder up. The starting area is down here. Also, you probably want to kill some penguins, because there's a quest to kill 10 of these. So unfortunately, they're cute. You're super adorable, but I have to murder you, unfortunately. All right, right in here. Look at these guys. Look how cool these guys are. Like, these things are pretty cool. This whole maze is really cool to go through if you're interested in it. It looks the same. Like, it's all of this, but going up, and then you're going to encounter some other types of like bosses and stuff. You're also going to find some maze map focus, some more Arctic fur and things like that. And these aura blocks, which do change color, by the way. Pretty cool. But like I said, if you want to get to the meat of the stuff and get to the boss, it's right up here. Right up here. Actually, this maze is quite complicated to figure out where you need to go in order to get to the top. And once you get to the top, you'll know it, because the boss should come out of its spawner, and you're probably going to hear it. Also, you'll notice when you break into these, well, like this one is, there's nothing there. If you break into this, you'll see ice. If you see ice, that's where the boss is at. So let's see. Can I pick you up with the mob imprisonment tool? No, you have like a boss thing going on. But this boss is so cool because it reminds me of Mario. And how, I don't know, at the end of Super Mario World, when you fight Bowser, this right here, it like drops down and tries to hurt you. And as you can see, it does nothing to do that. You have to hit it from the top. And so when she slams down on you, that's when you kind of want to attack. I don't know if I'll see the moment where it does that. There it goes. You'll see that frost. And that's when you want to attack. So this is how you beat that boss normally, is you make sure to hit it when she goes to drop. All right, come on, do your thing. Wow, you completely lost it there. But yeah, that's how you want to do it. Also, these guys, These are the guys, other guys I was talking about. They drop some armor and stuff like that. And, oh, almost, or we did. Oh, we did. Okay, so is that the bow? I don't know. One of these bows is really nice. This is the tri-bow. Don't remember if this is the one or not. I think it is. I think this one shoots 3 arrows at once. And if you put some enchantments on this thing, it can get pretty powerful. I don't know if multi-shot can go on it, but with a tri-bow, I mean, you can get some... I think this does some pretty significant damage. Like, when you max it out. Yeah. Throw some max power on there. So this area shows up as purple in the map. I've never seen this biome before in this. So this is definitely, like, new. This is I've never seen this before. You know, and I've kind of messed around with Twilight Forest quite a bit. Why do they're like stepping funny? So these are graves. I wonder if there's actually loot inside some of these graves. Of course, there's spawners. There's a lot of spawners here. I wonder if there's like actually chests. It'd be kind of cool. I mean, yeah, IRL looting a grave? Probably not. I don't know if there actually is. I mean, there's just a bunch of spawners though. Like, it's really crazy. There is a chest. Oh, a moon dial. What is that? I'll take some of that powder too. That's a new item. The Twilight Forest moon dial. I need to do some research. So I looked it up, and what it does is it shows you the moon phase on the front. That's exactly what it does. So depending on the moon phase that is currently out in the overworld, that's what shows up on the face of this. So it's a way to kind of see what phase the moon currently is in, which is kind of helpful for mods like Astral Sorcery, which heavily rely on moon phases. So not a little bad trinket to get your hands on. So at the moment, we are making our way to the Dark Forest. It's this thing right here. This of course, it is normally dark. Like, don't get me wrong, it's dark. We have night vision, so it really helps out. And honestly, it helps you guys out so you can see. Otherwise, it'd be such a dark video from doing this. But we need to make our way to one of these sections. I almost think that this one down here is probably going to be a better one. But ooh, okay, so see this. This right here means we have to complete this section first, the outer edge. That is so spooky. We need to complete the outer edge maze before we can go into the middle section, which is to fight the Ur-Ghast, which is honestly one of my favorite bosses. It is the coolest looking in my opinion, and you also get the coolest looking trophy from it. Now this maze is kind of tricky. It is really tricky. First of all, you need to find the entrance to it, which is right here. So this is the entrance to it. Now, keep in mind, this may be the entrance, but it is all underground for the most part. This is just the slightly above ground part. We need to find the main entrance, which is a locked door, which should allow us to place a head on. It should be like right in the center of this area, so we're pretty close to it. Where are you at, you locked door? Okay, so yeah, this one was actually kind of underground, which is pretty cool. And yeah, as you can see, it's protected by magic. Like, even these guys are somehow protected by magic. Okay, so to be able to progress, we have to place a head. I don't think it matters which one, but we have to place it on this. Now that opens up. Magic spells lifted, and we can now destroy these guys, which is super nice. Also, we have some books from these guys. Notes of the Wooden Tower and the Stronghold. Wow, look at that. That's a different texture. You know what? I didn't actually notice the texture there. So see, it tells you on here which heads you can use. You can also take these blocks once you open this up. Yeah, and we're already getting hit by some of these mobs. That's a new one. I don't remember seeing this guy. Upper. Oh, I do remember this guy. He's split into 2 parts. Poor fella. When you cut him in half. Okay, anyways. Enough of that. I do have some blank maps. And these are going to be used on the 2nd level. So when we go down, I want to be able to find this, and this is where it can be kind of difficult. There's a boss room, but we have to get to that boss room first. And finding it can be kind of difficult, but this map can usually help. Oh, also there's ore rooms, as you can see. Wow, there's the boss room. I don't know. I guess I'm getting lucky. I'm getting super lucky. The boss room's right there. What? Well, let's go ahead and get this boss done. It's honestly pretty simple. Even without anything, you just attack these guys. There's another phantom. They do some attacks. Let's see if I can watch them do some attacks. We don't kill them all instantly. They do some pretty interesting stuff. Maybe when there's more of them. Oh wait, I've never actually seen. Oh, there's that cool attack. Look at that. That is so cool looking. But yeah, we have to get rid of all the minions first before we can attack the main guy. And there we go. And it drops a chest. It's kind of nice. And we get our trophy via that way. Also, some awesome armor. Now, you'd think that there's chests in here. I've always kind of wanted chests to be in here as almost like a side reward, but there's... Yeah, this is where they came from. This is just a representation. Oh, I can't believe we found the boss room that quickly. I always struggle with this area just because of that. Wow. Yeah, you definitely want to loot this area. There's some pretty decent things that you can get from here. As you can see, there's a chest right there that would have been completely hidden. But yeah, there's stuff in here like blue wool, all these armor shards, which I think these armor shards are used to make the armor cluster. That's used to make night metal ingots. And this stuff is actually pretty nice. Night metal is some pretty nice stuff. At this point, I think we're just about ready to fight the Ur-Ghast. And this is another one that is pretty challenging to get into. First of all, you have to find the entrance, which this one is underground, but it doesn't really matter. You click these, and notice this is going to take you into an area. Of course, it is going to be dark. Keep that in mind. That's got flame arrows. It's going to be full of mobs because it's completely dark in here. And you have to, yeah, work your way through these rooms. And it's incredibly confusing because you don't know what's what. Look at this room. Like, that was completely filled with spiders. How horrifying. I love how we take like no damage. Like this one, like, yeah, outside. And the upper rooms kind of require keys and you to solve puzzles and things like that. If you were playing normally, that is, it's so weird to say that. But yeah, like you can turn lights on, you have all these bookshelves. This is probably the area I'm going to come back to just to take items from. Also, these little guys, normally you would have to climb this. Also, these guys are incredibly powerful too. Normally you'd have to climb this and do some parkour. And these guys do not help, but they do drop gas tiers, as you can see. So they're actually a farmable method of gas that's a lot smaller than a normal gas. Definitely worth grabbing some of those gas tiers while you can. And definitely a place I'm going to come back to later to farm gas, for sure. Gas tiers are going to be something I definitely would want. So here's the thing. When you reach doors like this, they have to be unlocked with keys. And to get those keys, you kind of just have to keep looting as many chests as possible to hopefully find those keys. And a way to loot is, of course, like this. This right here will get you into this chest. Like if you pull that lever back, of course, it's going to allow you to open it up. I definitely want this cake. I could take some steel leaf, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you're wanting a key, and you're not going to find that key elsewhere. How much damage does he do to us? Not much, actually, which is kind of surprising. But notice all these towers. There's just towers everywhere. You're going to have to go through here. I mean, I want to loot a lot of these things just for the sheer loot. But the main boss, if you have flight or honestly a way to crawl up here, you can easily just crawl up here. It's pretty simple. These areas, I think, are the ones where I've always kind of found that loot that I'm talking about. It's usually been in here. Also, this wood is usually pretty hard. We have this really fast pick. Yeah, these chests right here are usually where I found those keys. But in this case, oh, just charm keeping and a diamond, which is kind of nice. I mean, at the point that you're going into this, it's probably not going to be that useful. I wonder if we can get to it, because this Usually you have to complete the puzzle. Oh, textures change. Oh, we don't even have to complete the puzzle? Okay, no, it's prevented from damage. Okay. So yeah, this is the thing. You do have to complete this puzzle. You kind of want to stay in cover. This is a very weird Ur-Ghast tower. Make sure these are all there. And you're going to want to wait until it starts spawning little ghasts. Those little ghasts are going to be kind of useful. But that's how you complete this whole thing. And yeah, you're going to need to wait. And it's super loud, by the way. So right here's those little ghasts. You hit this, the pressure plate, and it's going to pull them all in. Or it's supposed to anyways. After you kill them, it pulls them all in, and then it will pull the gas to it, and then you can go up and attack it. Oh, so here we go. And we killed it. It's literally just like that. I just had to wait for these little guys to spawn in. And I know it's so loud. But yeah, this straight up just kills them and does this really cool particle effect. They've added so much to this. I love it. And then all the stuff should be in here, along with the tiers. You don't get a whole lot of the tiers. At least I didn't get a whole lot of the tiers. But super, super cool. That's the Ur-Ghast. Honestly, one of my favorites. Now, if you come down here, you probably want to grab all of this stuff because it shows you how to make a special block that is probably worth having. Also, it's going to grant you some of these. And like I said, these are going to be able to allow you to make some of these blocks, which are pretty cool. This also shows you something weird that's down here that you can actually trigger by using these levers. Let's go ahead and trigger this. I think we can trigger it like this. Like that. And this one has a lever on it, right? And as you can see, false gold. It's labeled all of that. And some stuff's happening. Yep. That's what happens. That's super cool. I love that thing. And you definitely got to get out of there before all that happens. Now I'm trying to remember, does it, if you leave it alone without breaking it, doesn't it do something else? If you just leave it be? Oh no, it doesn't care. It doesn't care regardless. Yeah, it just destroys itself even if you do break it. And boom. Yep, and basically shows you how to make that down here. Kind of what these crafts are. Oh, there's so many. I don't remember there being that many of them. Can you also pick it up? Yes, you can pick it up. So yeah, it just needs redstone blocks on all four sides, I believe, and this setup, and you can basically make this same thing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Of course, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to go to Zoe Miller. Is that Zoe? Like as an E, I think. Zoe Miller. Thank you so much for your amazing support. And guys, of course, if you are interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, of course, you can find that link down in the description below. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Of course, if you did, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a huge thumbs up. And also, if you want to become a little mini me like you see behind me, be sure to check me out over at twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. You can also find that link down in the description below. Also, while you're down there, be sure to join our Discord. We have an awesome partner community, and I'd love to see you guys over there. So, guys, thank you so much for your amazing support. Of course, I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.